Hello and welcome to another episode of Thoughtful Leaders. Welcome to Collegedunia, and today we have Dr. Ujjal Sharma, who is the Chairperson Placements Internships and Hostel at IIFM Bhopal. So greetings from Collegedunia, sir.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate the good work that Collegedunia is doing. This is going to be very, very helpful for the students, I believe. Thank you.
Okay. Sir, according to you, what is your leadership style and what is the philosophy of leadership according to you?
All right. Look, primarily I'm a teacher, and for me, when it comes to leadership, I would also like to see everyone grow. So all my team members, I want them to grow, not just commanding from a point from top down, but let them let everybody come up. So it's more, I would say, bottom up, participatory, bottom up, where every member has space to express. So yeah, broadly that would be my leadership style. Because end of the day, and like you said, I also happen to be the chairperson placement, and we do have our own placement committee where we have our students, 12 members in the committee. So I have always seen that, members, they grow with time. They learn many leadership lessons, and one day when they get an opportunity, they execute this and do well. So yeah, so it's not only about producing outputs for every activity, but I also have my own agenda where I would see every member of my team one day becoming a leader. So yeah, that would be, I don't know how to box it. I do not have a term for that. But yeah, broadly, that is it.
Okay. And how does the curriculum of IIFM Bhopal ensure the best practice in the industry?
Okay. Now, IIFM, I'm sure you already know about IIFM, and the viewers would also know a lot about IIFM. IIFM is, we see IIFM as something which has grown and will keep on growing organically. So industry is not, again, a finite thing for us, neither it's a milestone. Our courses are also such that they keep on evolving with time. And so what we do is, of course, we do have our own set of compulsory papers that students or courses, as you might like to say. But we also have electives. We also have, so at times students can come to us and say that, probably you should have a new elective this year. And you are like, oh, okay, all right. I have never done something like this, but if you guys think that we need to have an elective on this, why not? And then you create a new course altogether, bring in the best resources from the industry. And in our case, when we say industry, it's not a industry per se, what people understand, but it would also include maybe people from organizations like WWF and, Forest Department and livelihood missions, development organizations, and so on and so forth. So the very nature of this institute is such that you keep on growing, you keep on evolving, and sky is the limit. That is what we keep reminding us. We cannot stop, because the challenges of that we have around environment, around natural resource management, around forestry, as we understand it today, is evolving. It will always evolve. Yeah. So therefore, we have to keep evolving and keep updating our courses and our program.
Okay. What is your roles and responsibilities to the institute and towards the students?
Okay. The first one, I guess, is easier to answer. My roles and responsibility towards the institute. So because that's written in black and white, a couple of places, may not cover everything. But in terms of my roles, I am a faculty member here. I teach, and that apart, I am also chairperson placement. I am also chairperson summer internship. I am also the hostel warden, and I also look after the students' mess. I don't run it myself. We again have a student body, It's again student driven, almost every activity here that we have. But my role is to guide them. Now, and that apart, of course, my research, my trainings and others. So that's my responsibility and roles that I perform for the institute. Now, the second one question is a little tricky one, and because students can have different expectations from me, and I keep fulfilling them. I also know you can never fulfill all the expectations of 250 young minds. But therefore, here at IIFM, we see this not just as a job, but it's a way of life. So right from coming to our home and discussing their issues at times, coming home for Diwali, Holi, and to serious discussions in classrooms and workshops and all of that. But to cut this a long story short, I would say my role here is to let them grow, flourish, discover, and not in any way suffocate their ideas and thoughts. My role is to help them ask the questions, right questions, and even wrong questions. Actually, there is nothing called wrong questions. Let them ask, empower them, make them realize the power of human agency. And I believe if these are the things I can put in front of them on a platter, on a more organic way, I think my job is fairly done. But I don't know again, how can I put all of them on a piece of paper? But yeah, that's the kind of work I do.
Okay. What do you think the institute priorities are over the upcoming 10 years?
Well, of course, we do have our own board, and the board, I'm sure, has its wisdom and has a plan. But as a faculty member, I can only speak for myself at this point, and what I would think is important. IIFM, we have been doing something really well, which is providing quality education, and I would say providing affordable and high quality education. That is so important in a country like India. The second thing is, and we want to keep doing this. The second thing, because many of our students, they come to us and say, I got into this course because it's affordable and the quality is so good. Second, we believe in celebrating the diversity of this country. We are based here at, in MP. We are in Bhopal, but we have students from almost every state of this country. And in fact, earlier we used to have our interviews and admissions from just one center, Bhopal. Now we are even reaching out to students. We have centers in Kolkata, Guwahati, Delhi, Kochi, Bangalore. So the point is, India, we can do a lot for this country, for the younger generation, and that is, we just need to stay focused. A long way to go.
Okay. So when you came to IIFM, what was your vision for the college? And how far you have came implementing that vision?
Right. So that was about a little more than a decade when I came to this place, and after working in two wildlife conservation organization, I was with WWF India, and then I was with Wildlife Trust of India. And after working on conservation action, and somewhere I realized that I think I can contribute more by engaging with young minds. And one, of course, we also come out with new solutions, better solutions, relevant solutions. Second, you also need to keep the legacy going on, pass the baton to the next generation and the coming generation, so that we all take pride in the natural heritage of this country. So with that thing in mind, I came here, and then I realized that it's way too layered, way too nuanced than what I had in mind. Because, like I keep on saying, that it's a very diverse country. We all know, And therefore, everybody's right. People have young minds, they have different queries, different backgrounds, different ways of looking at things. So the challenge was enormous initially for me, but then I realized that that's the way forward. It's not about producing outputs on assembly line, like you produce vehicles one after another, exactly the same. No. And I think we're doing it beautifully here at IIFM, definitely by giving a lot of space, a lot of elbow space our students have here. And I think we have done it well, and I'm fairly happy with the way it has gone so far.
Okay, my next question to you is, what do you want people to know about the institute that they might not know?
I have already, I think, raised a couple of flags, and I'm going to build on it, which is one, we are evolving organically, and we'd like to keep on evolving organically. Now, look, many students might think Indian Institute of Forest Management, so forest is tree or timber or one of those. I would request them to consider a broader perspective. And today, because of research, because of the ever-growing body of work, papers, research, and knowledge, we know that forest is interconnected with so many other things. So we need to have a holistic picture. For example, forest and climate change, forest and water, forest and people. When you say people, now again, question could be, what kind of people you were talking? Well, I'm talking about forest dwellers. I'm talking about poor and marginalized. I'm talking about even urban people. I'm talking about different kinds of people. Likewise, I'm also talking about aquatic life forms. So, and so in a nutshell, if I have to put it, I would say today, what we do here at IIFM, we try to address most of the concerns already being raised by the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. Now, there are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and I'm sure your viewers are aware of them, of those goals. Now, if you look at IIFM, you'd see that some of our students, after studying here, they go and work in the field of, say, finance or financial inclusion. Now, the way we look at it is last mile banking, for example. We look at it as financial inclusion because poverty, hunger, these are important goals of SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. Likewise, life forms on the earth, below water, climate change. And so that is the way we function, and that is the domain where we work. So my request would be not to look at IIFM only in terms of, in a narrow sense, that, but a broader sense, a much more holistic sense. And the easy way forward would be, please have a look at the SDGs. And we are all, it's a binding on us, SDGs promoted by the UN. Yeah, that is it.
Okay. What is some of the greatest strengths of IIFM?
Okay. Right. So I can give you, I do not know, people can of course add more to it, but what comes to my mind, one is the interdisciplinarity. So most of the courses that we teach here are interdisciplinary in nature, and we kind of celebrate interdisciplinarity. Our projects are interdisciplinary. Courses we often teach with another, 2 or 3 other faculty members from other areas, other departments. Like, so for example, somebody from social science and anthropology is teaching with an IFS officer who is a trained forester, or somebody from a marketing background teaching with a somebody who is from the field of, say, botany, and likewise. So I think this is a big strength, because the problems are often too nuanced to be solved or addressed only through one discipline. So to understand different facets, different dimensions, aspects of a problem, I think this is the only way forward, and this is definitely a strength of IIFM.
Okay. So being the chairperson of placements, summer internships, hostel, and mess, I would like to know that in this situation of COVID-19, how was the overall placement scenario affected? Uh, the company, what are the average packages they are offering in this scenario? And we would like to know your thoughts on it.
Right, sure. So generally, every year we have our campus placements in the month of December. And now here, like I have already mentioned, that we believe in interdisciplinarity and number of subjects. So if you look at the pool of recruiters, the participating organizations, you will see a lot of diversity. For if you do not understand IIFM and what we stand for, it could look bizarre. Why a recruiter, say for example, from WWF and a bank and a microfinance and a forest officer, all of them, they are recruiters. Now, what's the common thread across them? It will be very difficult for many people. But like I said, we have the diversity. And now the good thing about having a diversity, one, of course, I have already mentioned. The other thing is, we are not putting all our eggs in the same basket. So anybody who is aware of the investment banking or how you invest your money, diversify it. So we all know what happened, and the hardship that these people of this country faced because of, the pandemic, and the informal sector in particular, the challenges of the rural sector in the forthcoming days. I'm sure, and I have got very good signals from many development organizations that, they are all like, we have our hands are full with things to be done in the next couple of years. Rural livelihood missions, they're all geared up. A lot of things to be done in the rural India, So likewise, I am saying, while one sector may not do really well, but since our basket is, very, very diversified, I think we should not face a major problem that way. And students will always find a way of, contributing meaningfully to the society.
How's the hostel life for students at IIFM, and what all facilities IIFM hostels are offering to students?
Right. I think, I think it's very fulfilling. Now I have personally, I have spent a number of years in hostel myself. I did my schooling from a boarding. I did my, later part of education. Again, I was in hostel. And when I compare my hostel life then to the hostel life in 2020, for example, things have changed a lot. And again, peer-to-peer learning is, I think, a very important thing. Now, of course, we do have co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities. There are a number of students' clubs being run by students, such as nature club, sports club, literary club, adventure club. So they have all the events, and that keep on happening because life in a B school is very, very hectic. Classes can start at 8:30 in the morning and can go on till 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Now, so after that, again, they have their own activities. Different clubs can do things, but at the same time, they also come together and do their own assignments. So hostels are, places or spaces which remains active probably 24/7. And it's being a closed campus, we are blessed to have a very fairly secure campus, and which is closed as well. So hostels, next to the hostels, we have the playground, we have the mess. So I think it's a very happening place for the students. You have a gym and so on and so forth. Yeah, so must be a very fulfilling experience for the students. My role here is to ensure that there is a level playing field for everyone. Everyone has a space to grow, express, and mutual respect. That is what is my role to ensure. So yeah, I keep on telling them, you guys fly, and so you have the accelerator of a car, and I have the brakes. So I'll only use the brakes when I have to, but not very rarely. I know that will spoil the vehicle. I want it to move fast. You guys go and explore the world and do what best you can do.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time and answering all the questions and sharing your views and thoughts of education. Thank you so much for being a part.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure talking to you, and I believe it's eventually going to help somebody somewhere.